Ever wish you'd come across a massive orange alert at a Goodwill? Well, we did just that in Rockford, Illinois. So why don't you tag along with us? We're going to take you step by step of everything Halloween that we found, and I think you're going to be pretty amazed at what we came across.
All right, guys, so we were driving across the street and we literally saw the orange pumpkins through the windows and we said, Joe, let's go.
It literally drew us in. We drove by. It was a translucent window and you could see massive stacks of orange. And I'm like, that's a stop we need to make.
Yeah, this is honestly probably one of the most Halloween that I've ever seen in any thrift store.
Oh, man, this Goodwill was so well organized. There was stuff all put together logically that made sense, and obviously Halloween was a huge cluster of it, and it was awesome.
Yeah, so it works and kind of how it was is you can see as you went into this Goodwill in particular, there was a staircase there that you would go up and they were ready for Halloween. So I saw inflatables, I saw all kinds of just even Halloween decor. I love this right here, this Dracula.
Yeah,
that was kind of neat.
Absolutely, and presentation is everything. I mean, we were very much impressed at the layout of this specific Goodwill and how they had it merchandised and they had everything kind of put together in logical sections. I mean, they really did a fantastic job of marketing this.
Yeah, and I even talked to one in the place on the way out when we were checking out and said, wow, you guys have just an amazing Halloween setup. And she goes, oh yeah, every year we do this. So that's just, something good to keep in mind.
It's a good trend to start, I think, especially for Halloween enthusiasts far and wide. This is an awesome place to stop for sure.
And just looking through, we saw a lot of different yard decor, and this was nothing compared to what was like waiting for upstairs. I thought this was really cool. I love the light up, especially with like kind of that wire material.
Yeah, and it's got the hat on there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so $14.99 with this as well. And, not a terrible price, but wanted to see what other kind of good deals we can find. Here I saw a lot of different fleeces. They had different costumes, different outfits, and things like that were all Halloween related. This I just thought was kind of funny. Something in the orange.
All of your classic Halloween villains in orange jumpsuits.
That's right. And not only Halloween, but, we're even seeing some Thanksgiving items as well. A lot of autumn decor, things that you can kind of mix in between. But yeah, I saw a lot of different, look at this right here. This was really cute. A little door sign right there. And some of the prices were really, really good. So some, I thought very comparable what you may see elsewhere, but you'll see as we go along, they had a lot of different great ones. This is great. It wasn't working, but we actually have one of these. It's like the old radio, and then when you turn the knob, it'll kind of play different scary vintage music, and it'll have a light up. Cool. Yeah. So, and then right here for $6.99.
Not a bad price,
especially if it was working. Yeah.
Yes.
So this was kind of cool. It was just a vintage Halloween piece right here. One that you would hang up on the window. You could see the suction cup that was on it. And this was also giving major vintage Halloween vibes.
Those tins are pretty cool, though. Look at the graphics on that.
Yeah, they don't make a lot of great things like that with the designs. And yeah, the price, like I said, was not bad at all. But that would look great if you want to have a vintage kind of even 80s, 90s throwback.
For sure.
This is pretty adorable. Little jack-o'-lantern right here. So yeah, what was that? 99 cents. So
good price. Yeah, good price.
I mean, that's a great piece, especially if maybe you want to do Halloween on a little bit of a budget this year, or even just you want to, like me, you want to find the good deals.
Absolutely.
This is great. A little skeleton decor piece here. But then this was really interesting. So they had a lot of brand new placemats, and we've been going into a lot of TJ Maxx, a lot of at-home stores, home goods. And this was a lot of stuff that I'm seeing in those stores that I can get at thrift prices. So
can't beat that.
While it's not completely dirt cheap, I would say, but it's still better than what you would pay.
Oh, super affordable still.
Yeah. I love this. This was a vintage Halloween throwback right here. Sometimes I like to see what kind of older mugs, glasses, plates, things like that we can find. I've kind of been on a mission to do the kitchen with like different plates this year, and
we've really restocked a lot of that stuff too. So we'll definitely share some of that come time to share our decorations and the home setup.
Oh, yes. It's going to be a long month for 31 days
Yes.
of Halloween. So stay tuned. We will do some hauls and different things like that. So, but look at this. Again, these are all brands that you would find at TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and it's brand new with the tags.
Fraction of the price.
Exactly. I always love it too if I can go into a thrift store and I can find stake lights, things that are new that, I'm not necessarily paying the new item or prices for, but I can get at a thrift store price. Thrift stores are great places to find like lighted decor for outside.
Why not? The Halloween yard needs to be set up too. Give it some tender love and care for the Halloween time.
Yeah, and I ended up snagging this right here. This is a great table runner. Like I said, it was like $1 or $2, I think, or something like that. Very cheap, but brand new in the package. And this is I thought, just a vintage Halloween. We didn't end up taking this home.
It is cool, though, and that is a definite Binks approved pillow right there.
She would like it. And you can see the Kohl's clearance sticker on it.
Yeah, there you go.
I think it's Kohl's or Target, one or the other, but I know that is a clearance tag. And, just great things that you could find here. Looking through, let's keep looking right around here. So some candles right here. Those are kind of cute and new in the package.
And again, not a bad price, 99 cents.
It looks like it had a thrift store tag on it.
Yeah, it did.
Then I went to another one.
The traveling candle.
That's right. $1.99, you get a skull light up decor. I like the purple. I've seen them in green before. You could get like the orange, the white color. So those are great pieces too. Kind of reminds me of, I think, the early 2000s. And then, I saw some different decor for baking, things like that. And is anyone making any good Halloween goodies this year? I'm always looking for recipes and things like that.
Are we making anything good? I think we have to come up with something, right?
We have to now. We got to go get those cupcake things.
Yeah, maybe some desserts. We definitely have to bake some pumpkin seeds. Those are our favorites for sure. Those are great.
Those remind me of my childhood, and my mom always made
those.
Same,
always as a kid.
I also snagged this from my own Limax, my tiny village that I have. This is a great piece here for $2.99, pumpkin hollow, and it has a battery pack so it lights up. I mean, that you can't beat that. I was like, that is coming home.
And correction, your village isn't exactly tiny. It's kind of grown to be a massive Halloween.
Well, it's a miniature village, but no.
Okay, yeah. It's a mini village, but that mini village keeps expanding in size year to year.
It's a mini metropolitan.
There you go. There you go.
This was great. I saw this, and then there'll also be another one, but that bright color, the witches, light up decor, Jack Skellington, just saw that. And then look at these right here. I think these are little light stakes as well. So I always look for anything that has like kind of that vintage look. Mm-hmm. Dollar Tree actually has some really cool solar stakes this year that you could get for the $1.50 price. Those are not bad at all. I have sometimes bad luck with those. I bought ones in the past, and while they're good for like one season, it's kind of almost like a one and done.
Yeah. Get one good year out of it, and then just not the same, right?
Which I mean, at a $1.50 price.
Sure.
At the time, It was $1.25 or $1 when it was that.
Yeah.
But still not a bad price. This was cute. Again, Binks approved. Our little black cat Binks. She would like this.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, they had some really great, just look at the amount of outdoor wreaths.
It is by far the most fall / Halloween stuff I have seen in a single Goodwill. No doubt about it.
Now this I snagged for this little ghost right here. I knew looking at this, and somebody must have put like their own homemade spin on it, but that piece is a 70s vintage Halloween right there piece. I didn't really necessarily care so much about the wreath, but I was like, I know that piece right there is, something vintage.
And I think it sits on a spring, doesn't it? The original piece?
It does. So they must have, lost a spring in it, but I was like, that's still a cool vintage
creative
Halloween.
Use of it. I love it. Got to salvage it.
That's right. It went in the cart.
There you go.
This is a great vintage Halloween plush, a ghost right here. I was trying to look for the year. I don't think I saw the year on it, but they had a lot of different things. Kids Bop, Halloween CD.
That's cool.
I think I was too old when those came out for Kids Bops, but I had all the nows.
Don't lie. You've been listening to Kids Bops on a weekly basis.
Don't tell my secret. Another great addition for the Halloween Village. You can't go wrong with having too many pumpkins.
No.
And again, Department 56, a couple bucks here. That was not a bad pickup. I love these. I remember the little arts and crafts. They had like the wood that you would paint a pumpkin on. Those
kind
are
of
really
do it yourself or something.
Yeah, I used to see. So we used to have a craft show by us here when I was a kid, and I remember when those came out. That was actually, as a child, you wouldn't think many people would want one of those, like the craft. No, I did, and I think my mom and dad they got it for me, and I had my own little
soul from the start.
Yeah, I love pumpkins at a young age. But you can look right here, parking for a witch. They had a lot of different signs. I mean, so much to look at, and you really have to. The stuff gets piled on shelves. Like, take your time.
Oh, yeah.
Because you never know what you're going to find.
Sort through it. Some stuff is sitting in different nooks and crannies, and you can easily overlook it,
Exactly. This was a great piece. Had a few little kind of breaks and little defects in it, I'll say. But it was a great vintage Halloween piece.
And look at these awesome vases we found. We actually took both of these home with us. They were kind of orange in color. And these will definitely go up for Halloween this year. I thought those were super cool.
They are, and they're really heavy.
Yes, they are. Really heavy duty, durable. So it's some quality stuff.
We will definitely find a good place for those. Indeed, right?
Absolutely. Draws you in, right? It's got to serve its purpose, and it'll be pretty festive looking, I think.
That's right. But as we mosey along here, seeing some more Orange Alert. That was a cute little pumpkin. Those right there, the candy dispensers, those are actually still out this year at the Dollar Tree if you're interested in picking those up somewhere locally by you. This is cute, this ghost right here with a little treat bag and a lot of pumpkins. So these glitter pumpkins, they have plastic pumpkins.
There's a lot of glitter on that pumpkin. I will say that.
That pumpkin definitely is. That was cute, this little bear right here in the autumn get up right there. Kind of, again, like I said, you have to really search through these shelves, but look at that. That was, again,
ghost lights. Yeah, that's cool.
Great if you want to pick up that for, at a decent price. I like that little scarecrow right there. Or those little candy corn eyes. How fall and festive is that? Here they actually even had a shaking ghost that comes with a laser gun.
Wow.
Yeah, so I didn't take it out of the box, but I was like, that's interesting.
Ghost meets sci-fi? Laser gun?
Right, Terminator.
Yes.
Here they had a little little figurine right here with the pumpkin. And then I love these always, the little blow-mo pumpkins right here, the light up. And how much was that? I think $4.99, did you say?
We've got a ton of these already, and you'll see why we collect them when you see some of our theming for our house this year for Halloween. They look pretty cool lit up.
Absolutely. And then they had a lot of different, of course, I love the traditional face, but I always am looking for different kind of faces.
Different expressions, yeah, absolutely.
Something to make it a little different. I see one of those witches that would go into the trees there on the left. Again, they had the pumpkin stakes. I love those light up ones. But sometimes it can be hard to. You got to have the right kind of cord hook up. Yeah. I mean, that's the art, just getting all the decorations and everything hook up with all the cords and the electrical part of it. Little spider web lights. I like that right there, the purple. But, we just kept going along and I was like, okay, I'm done. There's no more Halloween. And then I go down. Oh, there's another aisle. I mean, there was probably the whole way that you went upstairs was all Halloween.
Yeah.
Then I think there was like 4 aisles on one side there. Then they had a whole back wall that you'll see here in a little bit. But so many different things. And I took these home. So these are great pickups. They are light projectors. And I'm like, I can definitely use this for some of our themings and things that we're doing with the house this year. I mean, and those are great prices.
I'll be honest. I think this specific Goodwill is the longest amount of time I've spent in a single Goodwill just because of the amount of time it took to go through all the Halloween stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, look at this right here. If you're looking for a different window decor and things like that, that was kind of cute with the black cat right there. Here they had a Halloween witch crash lantern. So you had the ones that you always see that kind of get smashed
in the doorway or whatever. Yeah.
This was a ground one.
Into the ground. That's cool.
This was a really cool piece. It was a little bit of, more than I think we wanted to spend, but it is a retired Spooky Town Limax piece here. So this is a cool find. And I did look it up and, again, like I said, it was a little bit pricier here, but going online, it definitely went for more than what they're asking for.
Oh, for sure. Goodwill. Yeah, you would come out ahead, no doubt about it, especially being that it's a retired piece too.
Yeah, a lot of those, the older ones, I mean, what's out there is out there. So, but it was a great find, and we kind of continued our way here. Look at that little cat and the bicycle sign. That's so adorable. and lots of fall pieces and lots of fall decor. Now, while I love looking for all different ages of Halloween, modern, vintage, I do think it's kind of like my mission to kind of go in and try to see what kind of vintage Halloween I can find.
Oh,
and,
absolutely.
You know, every now and then you'll find a piece. Like I found one at like when my fun world, the little pumpkin poppers. That was one of my best finds. I was so happy I found that.
Think of it as you're a preserver of history, of Halloween history. That's the way I like to look at it.
And you hear sometimes some great stories, and you know, you see things that people have found, and it's like, you got that at a Goodwill or a thrift store.
Yes.
So I mean, it's out there and it is possible. I mean, it's maybe hard to find, but I do think these things are possible. So always be on the lookout. And if you have had a great success, maybe something that you have found that diamond in the rough, let us know.
Yeah, let us know what your all-time Halloween find is, whether it's thrifting, antiquing, a flea market. There's some good deals out there.
Absolutely. This is a great piece, and it looked like maybe something that somebody painted at some point, and they even had, I think, their name right there in it. You know, I always thought it would be great to take a ceramics class, and
that would be fun to kind of do, you know, probably therapeutic, relaxing. I'm just not the most artistically talented. That's my downfall.
You don't give yourself enough credit.
Yeah. I'm not the most patient person, so maybe that's part of the downfall, but
perhaps. But why can't we all be like this little jolly jack-o'-lantern for $1.99?
He's got a smile on his face, right?
Yeah. And I think it was a Jemmy. So Jemmy does a lot of different Halloween decor, sometimes animatronics, and yeah, that was a great piece there. And I just thought it was cool because it was really thick. You could tell there was good quality with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that, and again, the price was not bad. I don't think it was working technically. I don't think there was any batteries, but moving along, this was a pretty tall piece here. So Pumpkin Hollow, it was a scarecrow greeter. I don't think it was animated, but very tall.
Yeah, it's got some height behind them. $149.99 though. Ooh.
That was a little hefty
little
price.
Steep, yeah.
Yeah, maybe they'll discount it. This looks like something that somebody made, but it looks like he needs a tissue.
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
$2.99 right there. Could be coming home. It looks like it was something that maybe somebody took, like one of the pumpkins that the foam that you kind of carve in.
Yes.
So that already looked like he had a sneeze.
It's abstract. It's all good.
It's abstract. I like that. For $2.99, I took that to see kind of which one it was, and that was a cute little piece right there. That pumpkin as well, the classic jack-o'-lantern. It will look amazing with a tea light in it. And one of our things that we found a couple vintage treasures along this wall right here, and we'll show you those. But, you know, there were some really cool pieces in here, and I was just loving, look at this right here. So this was like a little pumpkin wreath. They had quite a few of those, but look at this vintage Halloween treasure. Isn't this great? So for $3.99, that's a total like 80s, 90s classic treasure right there. So I love that. You're going to also see a motionette little animatronic that we found as well that I think is a classic piece. So we ended up taking the cat home. We will find a great place for that. And there was just so many different things here. You'll see even a little spider pinata. That was pretty cool as well. So that was unique. I would never want to smash it because I feel like you would ruin it.
But, yeah, you would totally ruin it.
But that was a cool piece. A lot of great jack-o'-lanterns that were lit up there and a ton of those little candy dispensers. So here was that vintage witch. I mean, she rocks in the chair. She was coming home. That is a great vintage Halloween find. They made these a lot, I want to say, in the 80s, possibly 90s. So that was so cool. That was something that we really looked forward to. But
you could see that whole row, all that orange. That's what drew you in from the main roadway. You could see all this orange through the window.
Yeah, so we knew this stop was going to be good. But friends, I think that's going to do it for this 31 Days of Halloween video. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember to always stay spooky.
Trick or treat.